Oh, I thought I heard the old man say, leave her, Johnny, leave her. It's a long, hard pull for the next payday, and it's time for us to leave her. Leave her, Johnny, leave her. Oh, leave her, Johnny, leave her. It's a long, hard pull for the next payday, and it's time for us to leave her. The skipper was bad, but the mate was worse. Leave her, Johnny, leave her. He'd blow you down with a spike and a curse, and it's time for us to leave her. Leave her, Johnny, leave her. Oh, leave her, Johnny, leave her. He'd blow you down with a spike and a curse, and it's time for us to leave her. Oh, it's rotten meat and weevily bread. Oh, leave her, Johnny, leave her. It's pump round, the old man said, and it's time for us to leave her. Leave her, Johnny, leave her. Oh, leave her, Johnny, leave her. It's pump round, the old man said, and it's time for us to leave her. Oh, what will us poor shellbacks do? Leave her, Johnny, leave her. When the money's gone, no work to do, and it's time for us to leave her. Leave her, Johnny, leave her. Oh, leave her, Johnny, leave her. When money gone, no work to do, and it's time for us to leave her. Oh, it's one more pull, boys, and that'll do. Leave her, Johnny, leave her. Oh, where the boys to kick her through, and it's time for us to leave her. Leave her, Johnny, leave her. Oh, leave her, Johnny, leave her. Oh, where the boys to kick her through, and it's time for us to leave her. So I thought I heard the old man say, leave her, Johnny, leave her. It's a long, hard pull to the next payday, and it's time for us to leave her. Leave her, Johnny, leave her. Oh, leave her, Johnny, leave her. It's a long, hard pull to the next payday, and it's time for us to leave her.
In South Australia I was born.
Heave away, haul away.
In South Australia round Cape Horn.
We're bound for South Australia. Haul away, you rolling kings. Heave away, haul away. Haul away, you'll hear me sing. We're bound for South Australia.
As I walked out one morning fair,
Heave away, haul away.
'twas there I met Miss Nancy Blair.
We're bound for South Australia. Haul away, you rolling kings. Heave away, haul away. Haul away, you'll hear me sing. We're bound for South Australia.
I shook her up, I shook her down.
Heave away, haul away.
I shook her round and round the town.
We're bound for South Australia. Haul away, you rolling king. Heave away, haul away. Haul away, you'll hear me sing. We're bound for South Australia.
There ain't but one thing grieves me mind.
Heave away, haul away.
To leave Miss Nancy Blair behind.
We're bound for South Australia. Haul away, you rolling king. Heave away, haul away. Haul away, you'll hear me sing. We're bound for South Australia.
Now here I am on on a foreign land.
Heave away, haul away.
With a bottle of whiskey in me hand.
We're bound for South Australia. Haul away, you rolling kings. Heave away, haul away. Haul away, you'll hear me sing. We're bound for South Australia.
And as we wallop around Cape Horn,
Heave away, haul away.
you wish to God you'd never been born.
We're bound for South Australia. Haul away, you rolling kings. Heave away, haul away. Haul away, you'll hear me sing. We're bound for South Australia.
Come up behind.
The Orpheus was a proud ship, sailing the ocean waves. The Orpheus was a blue ship, sailing the watery grave.
In 1863, she left our Sydney town. 250 men on board, for New Zealand bound. The Tasman Sea was smooth and calm, she made her easter run, until she reached the Manuka bar, and there her race was done.
The Orpheus was a proud ship, sailing the ocean waves. The Orpheus was a blue ship, sailing the watery grave.
Manuka harbour's a haven safe from the raging storm, but Manuka bar's a treacherous place where many fine ships have gone down. The Orpheus tried to take the bar through the breaking waves. She struck a bank and there stuck fast, and there she ended her days.
The Orpheus was a proud ship, sailing the ocean waves. The Orpheus was a blue ship, sailing the watery grave.
The Orpheus was a modern ship, powered by steam and sail, but her mighty engines could not save her from her terrible fate. One boat only was got away to reach the Waterpoo shore. The steamer Wonga southward bound saved a few men more.
The Orpheus was a proud ship, sailing the ocean waves. The Orpheus was a blue ship, sailing a watery grave.
The poor brave men did refuge seek on the mainmast high. The roaring waves broke over them and swept them all aside. 189 men were lost, a sad and bitter day. 189 men were lost to lie in lonely graves.
The Orpheus was a proud ship, sailing the ocean waves. The Orpheus was a blue ship, sailing a watery grave. The Orpheus
It's so for a rave on the gallant ship with a fair and a favouring breeze, with a goodly crew and a captain too to carry me over the seas. To carry me over the seas, me lads, to me true love far away, for I'm taking a trip on a government ship 10,000 miles away, and sing,
blow me bully boys, blow, a roving I will go. I'll stay no more on England's shore to hear the music play. I'm off on the morning train, and I won't be back again. I'm taking a trip on a government ship 10,000 miles away.
oh, well, me true love, she was beautiful, me true love, she was young. Her eyes were like the diamonds bright, and silvery was her tongue. And silvery was her tongue, me boys, as a big ship sailed away. And she said, will you remember me 10,000 miles away? And sing,
blow me bully boys, blow, a roving I will go. I'll stay no more on England's shore to hear the music play. I'm off on the morning train, and I won't be back again. I'm taking a trip on a government ship 10,000 miles away.
oh, well, now dark and dismal was the day when last I saw my Meg. She'd a government band around each hand, and another one around her leg, and another one around her leg. Me boys, as a big ship left the bay, and I said that I'd be true to her 10,000 miles away. And sing,
blow me bully boys, blow, a roving I will go. I stay no more on England's shore to hear the music play. I'm off on the morning train, and I won't be back again. I'm taking a trip on a government ship 10,000 miles away.
oh, well, I wish I was a boatswain or even a bombardier. I'd build a boat, away I'd float, and straight for me true love steer. And straight for me true love steer, me boys, where the dancing dolphins play, where the whales and sharks are having their larks 10,000 miles away. And sing,
blow me bully boys, blow, a roving I will go. I'll stay no more on England's shore to hear the music play. I'm off on the morning train, and I won't be back again. I'm taking a trip on a government ship 10,000 miles away.
oh, well, the sun may shine through a London fog, and the river run quite clear, or the ocean's brine might turn to wine, or I'll forget me beer. Or I'll forget me beer, me lads, or the landlord's quarter day, before I'll forget me own dear Meg 10,000 miles away. And sing,
blow me bully boys, blow, a roving I will go. I'll stay no more on England's shore to hear the music play. I'm off on the morning train, and I won't be back again. I'm taking a trip on a government ship 10,000 miles away.
Oh, well, me name it is Nick Young, my boys, on a gallant bark I came. James Cook, he was her master, and Endeavour was her name, oh, Endeavour was her name. From Plymouth Harbour we set sail in the year of 68, from Rio and around Cape Horn, and past Magellan Straits, boys, and past Magellan Strait. Now with 6 weeks of the Horns pierced pitch, and still no sight of land, we headed north with studding sail, and we steered nor west to stand, boys, we steered nor west to stand. Now to reach King George's Island fair was next our aim in mind, and 80 days from Staten Land the mountains we did find, oh, the mountains we did find. Now on the 6th day of October, we'll look out from the mast, I spied the land bearing west bearing north, so for the shore we cast, boys, and for the shore we cast. Now we sailed around New Zealand's coast for fully half a year, and in April turning west again, for New Holland we did steer, boys, for New Holland we did steer. And now our mission is complete, we'll leave these pleasant shores. Our Whitby cat has hoisted sail, and we're bound for home once more, boys. We're bound for home once more.
Was you ever in Quebec, launching timber on the deck, where you break your bloody neck, riding on a donkey? Way, hey, and away we'll go, donkey riding, way, hey, and away we'll go, riding on a donkey. Was you ever in Valley Po, where the gals put on the show, waggling a dance and a roll and go, riding on a donkey? Way, hey, and away we'll go, donkey riding, way, hey, and away we'll go, riding on a donkey. Was you ever down Mobile Bay, screwing cotton all the day? $1 a day is a white man's pay, riding on a donkey. Way, hey, and away we'll go, donkey riding, way, hey, and away we'll go, riding on a donkey. Was you ever in Miramichi, where you tie up to a tree, and the skeeters do bite we, riding on a donkey? Way, hey, and away we'll go, donkey riding, way, hey, and away we'll go, riding on a donkey. Was you ever in Equiquay, round and round the bloody bay, loading nitrate all the day, riding on a donkey? Way, hey, and away we'll go, donkey riding, way, hey, and away we'll go, riding on a donkey. Was you ever off Cape Horn, where your backside's never warm, you wish to Christ that you'd never been born, riding on a donkey? Way, hey, and away we'll go, donkey riding, way, hey, and away we'll go, riding on a donkey.
I've traded with the Maoris, Brazilians and Chinese. I've courted dark-eyed beauties beneath the kauri trees. I've travelled along with a laugh and song in a land where they call you mate, around the Horn and home again, for that is the sailor's fate.
Across the line, the Gulf Stream, I've been in Table Bay, around the Horn and home again, for that is the sailor's way.
I run aground in many sound without a pilot aboard, longboat load by candlelight, pushed off and gently oared. Rollocks creaking, a thumping swell, a wind that'd make you ache. Who would sail the seven seas and share a sailor's fate?
Across the line, the Gulf Stream, I've been in Table Bay, around the Horn and home again, for that is the sailor's way.
I've sailed out to the northward, I've sailed out to the east, I stripped the sails in many a gale, stood in the calmest seas. Eastward bound by dusky sound, and Pegasus through the straits, Port Cooper, Ocean, Tom Cane Bay, for that is the coaster's fate.
Across the line, the Gulf Stream, I've been in Table Bay, around the Horn and home again, for that is the sailor's way.
In 1853, I went to sea in the Philomena D, a spanking your whaler from a Nantucket yard. Great work, Sean, and she looked so smart.
Sail away, Philomena D, sail away to the southern sea. The whales do spout, the wind blows free. Sail away, Philomena D.
We left New Bedford in the mist and the rain for the southern sea. We sailed away, our wives and sweethearts on the pier. We didn't see them until for year.
Sail away, Philomena D, sail away to the southern sea. The whales do spout, the wind blows free. Sail away, Philomena D.
We called in one day to a tangy bay, bought some rum, spent our pay. The skipper got drunk and the boat sank too, and more than half of the bloody crew. We cruised in the southern sea so cold, looking for the whales that swam below. The humpback and right bells, but whale too. We fished them all in the water so blue.
Sail away, Philomena D, sail away to the southern sea. The whales do spout, the wind blows free. Sail away, Philomena D.
The Philomena D was a lovely ship, spring and span when she started on the trip. The 2 years at sea had left a mark, once bright paint worked it dirty and dark.
Sail away, Philomena D, sail away to the southern sea. The whales do spout, the wind blows free. Sail away, Philomena D.
Home again, I'll sail no more, now for again to a foreign shore. The family near, I'll sail and dream, when I sailed on the Philomena D.
Sail away, Philomena D, sail
shall we do with the drunken sailor? What shall we do with the drunken sailor? What shall we do with the drunken sailor? Early in the morning.
Hooray, up she rises, hooray, up she rises, hooray, up she rises early in the morning.
Put him in a bunk with the skipper's daughter. Put him in a bunk with the skipper's daughter. Put him in a bunk with the skipper's daughter. Early in the morning.
Hooray, up she rises, hooray, up she rises, hooray, up she rises early in the morning.
Have you ever seen that skipper's daughter? Have you ever seen that skipper's daughter? Have you ever seen that skipper's daughter? Early in the morning.
Hooray, up she rises, hooray, up she rises, hooray, up she rises early in the morning.
Put him in the scuppers with a house pipe on him. Put him in the scuppers with a house pipe on him. Put him in the scuppers with a house pipe on him. Early in the morning.
Hooray, up she rises, hooray, up she rises, hooray, up she rises early in the morning.
That's what we do with the drunken sailor. That's what we do with the drunken sailor. That's what we do with the drunken sailor. Early in the morning.
Hooray, up she rises, hooray, up she rises, hooray, up she rises early in the morning.
Come all you Auckland sailor lads, a warning take from me. I never sail with Matheson across the briny sea. You must sail the ocean o'er and o'er, and never find one so mean as the captain of the OCO, that lofty brigantine.
Row me humble buoy as from town to town we steer. I'm a right good hearty fellow and I likes me lager beer. I'm a right good hearty fellow and I likes me whiskey clear. I'm a rambling rake of poverty, I'm a son of a gun for beer.
Standing on the quarter decks, I was the button down, taking observations of all things going around. He wears an old blue jersey with his elbows poking through, and he is a terrible mean man, for he starves his noble crew.
Row up me humble buoy as from town to town we steer. I'm a right good hearty fellow and I likes me lager beer. I'm a right good hearty fellow and I likes me whiskey clear. I'm a rambling rake of poverty, I'm a son of a gun for beer.
All you want to see is ugly mug when things don't suit him well, as black as any riding bird worn by the Earl of Hell. Oh, his head is like a pumpkin, and his belly is like a whale, and the holes in his snout, when well rigged out, would make Mount Eden jail.
Row up me humble buoy as from town to town we steer. I'm a right good hearty fellow and I likes me lager beer. I'm a right good hearty fellow and I likes me whiskey clear. I'm a rambling rake of poverty, I'm a son of a gun for beer.
Now Casey had two lawyers, they were noble of fame, and Matheson had two lawyers, and they were just the same. The first place that he did appear was at the High Street jail. He was tried and remanded, and they let him out on bail.
Row up me humble buoy as from town to town we steer. I'm a right good hearty fellow and I likes me lager beer. I'm a right good hearty fellow and I likes me whiskey clear. I'm a rambling rake of poverty, I'm a son of a gun for beer.
Well, the next place that he did appear was Constitution Hill, and the jury being Freemasons, they brought in no true bill. And as he walks on down the street, the people on him do boo. There goes notorious Matheson, who starves his noble crew.
Row up me humble buoy as from town to town we steer. I'm a right good hearty fellow and I likes me lager beer. I'm a right good hearty fellow and I likes me whiskey clear. I'm a rambling rake of poverty, I'm a son of a gun for beer.
Now Matheson had some money, about £500. No one ever found it, for he had it in the ground. And when he comes ashore, me boys, you'll see him snooping around. He is looking for that money he has hidden in the ground.
Row up me humble buoy as from town to town we steer. I'm a right good good-hearted fellow, and I likes me lager beer. I'm a right good-hearted fellow, and I likes me whiskey clear. I'm a rambling rake of poverty, I'm a son of the ground from here.
Oh, I've been a sea cook and I've been a clipper man. I can sing, I can dance, I can walk the jib boom. I can handle the harpoon and cut a fine figure. As soon as I get in the boat standing room,
And we'll rant and we'll roar like true-born young whalemen. We'll rant and we'll roar on deck or below until we see bottom inside the two sinkers. And straight up the channel to Westco we'll go.
I was in Tacowana last year in a whaler. I bought some gold earrings for the girls in the bay. I bought me a pipe and they called it a millscrew, and it melted like butter on a hot shiny day.
And we'll rant and we'll roar like true-born young whalemen. We'll rant and we'll roar on deck or below until we see bottom inside the two sinkers. And straight up the channel to Westco we'll go.
I went to a dance last year in Old Tomkeys. There was plenty of girls there as fine as you'd wish. There was one pretty maiden a chewing tobacco, just like a young kitten a chewing fresh fish.
And we'll rant and we'll roar like true-born young whalemen. We'll rant and we'll roar on deck or below until we see bottom inside the two sinkers. And straight up the channel to Westco we'll go.
Here's a health to the gals of old Tacowana, a health to the maidens of far off Maui. And let's just be merry, don't be melancholy. I can't marry us all, or in chokey I'll be.
And we'll rant and we'll roar like true-born young whalemen. We'll rant and we'll roar on deck or below until we see bottom inside the two sinkers. And straight up the channel to Westco we'll go.
From Liverpool to Frisco, where Robin I went, for to stay in that country, well, it was my intent. But drinking strong whiskey like other damn fools soon had me transported back to Liverpool.
And it's row boys, row, them Liverpool Judies and crossing town.
I shipped on the Alaska, lying out in the bay. We were waiting for a fair wind to get underway. Our sailors, they were all so sick and so sore, for they've drunk all the grog, and they can't get no more.
And it's row boys, row, them Liverpool Judies and crossing town.
Well, here comes the mate with his jacket to blow, and he's looking for work for us sailors to do. Jib topsail halyards he loudly does roar, and it's lay along Paddy, yes, son of a whore.
And it's row boys, row, them Liverpool Judies and crossing town.
One night round Cape Horn I shall never forget. Oh, it's oft times I sigh when I think of it yet. She was diving bows under with the sailors all wet. We were doing 12 knots with our mainskysail set.
And it's row boys, row, them Liverpool Judies and crossing town.
And then sometime later while crossing the line, when I think of it now, well, we had a good time. Our sea boys box hole and their sails all around, for to beat that flash packet called a Thatcher my gown.
And it's row boys, row, them Liverpool Judies and crossing town.
And now we've arrived at the Bramley-Moor dock, and all the flash girlies surround us to flock. We've gallons of whiskey and a £6 advance, so I think it's high time for to get up and dance.
And it's row boys, row, them Liverpool Judies and crossing town.
And it's
Row boys, row, them Liverpool Judies and crossing town.
I left the city when just a lad. Times were hard and the work to be had, so I went to sea on the Floribel. Little did I know 'twas a ship from hell. The ship was old and leaking at the seams, a dirty old tub somewhat broad in the beam. Its sails were torn, some planks were rotten, it lay at the wharf a gently rocking.
I've sailed from Auckland to the Lough, 1,000 miles and that's enough. 1,000 miles on the heaving sea, glory hallelujah, that's enough for me.
We set sail on the evening tide. It was early on a Saturday night. All went well till the turry light, and then by God I got a fright. The ship was hit by a big beam sea. Christ, I thought it was all up with me. She rolled and she lolloped like a big tin drum. Hell, I thought me time had come.
I sailed from Auckland to the Lough, 1,000 miles and that's enough. 1,000 miles on the heaving sea, glory hallelujah, that's enough for me.
Shorten sails, the skipper cried. Shorten sails or you buggers will all die. Get aloft, get up the mast. Get aloft and get up there fast. Never in my life had I been so scared. Never in my life had I wished I was dead. But I climbed up the mast and I shortened sail. Then I climbed down again and was secure the rail.
I've sailed from Auckland to the Lough, 1,000 miles and that's enough. 1,000 miles on the heaving sea, glory hallelujah, that's enough for me.
Man the pumps, the skipper roared. Man the pumps, or you say the ocean floor. So I pumped all night, though my hands were raw, and I pumped till the coming of the dawn. How I survived that night I don't know. The wind it did roar and the wind it did blow, but the sun came up, the sea went down, the wind it did ease, and we headed south.
I sailed from Auckland to the Lough, 1,000 miles and that's enough. 1,000 miles on the heaving sea, glory hallelujah, that's enough for me.
For breakfast we had mouldy bread. Lunch it was the very same fare. For supper we had a stinking stew. Cookie couldn't eat his own damn brew. The skipper was an old man, old and mean, tough as nails and just as lean. Voice like a foghorn in the gloom. When he cursed was a voice of doom.
I sailed from Auckland to the Lough, 1,000 miles and that's enough. 1,000 miles on the heaving sea, glory hallelujah, that's enough for me.
The work was hard and the pay was mean. The food was rotten and the quarters none too clean. The journey south was always rough, so I jumped the ship when we pulled into Bluff. So here in Bluff I've settled down. Never again will I leave this town. Never again will I go to sea. Never again will it see me.
I've sailed from Auckland to the Lough, 1,000 miles and that's enough. 1,000 miles on the heaving sea, glory hallelujah, that's enough for me.
Tommy's gone and I'll go too.
Way down high low.
Oh, Tommy's gone and I'll go too.
Tom's gone to high low.
Tommy fought at Trafalgar.
Way down high low.
Oh, Tommy fought at Trafalgar.
Tom's gone to high low.
And the brave old Victory, she led the way.
Way down high low.
The brave old Victory, she led the way.
Tom's gone to high low.
Mobile Bay.
Way down high low,
Screwing cotton all the day.
Tom's gone to Idaho.
Tommy's gone to Baltimore.
Way down high low,
Oh, Tommy's gone to Baltimore.
Tom's gone to Idaho.
Tommy's gone and I'll go too.
Way down high low,
Oh, Tommy's gone and I'll go too.
Tom's gone to high low.
Oh, they say, old man, your horse will die.
And they say so, and we hope so.
They say, old man, your horse will die.
Oh, poor old man.
Well, if he dies, then we'll tan his hide.
And they say so, and we hope so.
Well, if he dies, then we'll tan his hide.
Oh, poor old man.
Well, if he lives, then we'll ride him again.
And they say so, and we hope so.
And if he lives, we'll ride him again.
Oh, poor old man.
Well, it's after years of much abuse.
And they say so, and we hope so.
We'll salt him down for the sailors' use.
Oh, poor old man.
And he won't bother us no more.
And they say so, and we hope so.
No, he won't bother us no more.
Oh, poor old man.
Well, Sally's in the garden a-picking the peas.
And we say so, and we hope so.
And her long black hair's hanging down to her knees.
Oh, poor old man.
Now Sally's in the kitchen and she's baking the duff.
And we say so, and we hope so.
Well, the cheeks of her bum are going chuff, chuff, chuff.
Oh, poor old man.
Now I thought I heard the old man say,
And we say so, and we hope so.
just one more pull and then belay.
Oh, poor old man.
Well, they say, old man, your horse will die.
And they say so, and we hope so.
They say, old man, your horse will die.
Oh, poor old man.
Oh, we are show whalers and this is our trade, fishing for spum and other great whale. The humpback and right whale don't get past our bay, as long as there's light in the day. So sharpen your lances and sharpen your blades, see that your rope is properly laid, that your harpoon is ready and you will not fail tomorrow when we go fishing for whale. A humpback was sighted well out in the bay. The whaleboat was launched and the men got away. To follow that whale they followed it out, tried to guess where it would come out. It dived to the bottom, then surfaced for air. Hurrah, boys, hurrah! She blows over there. Harpoon was thrown and it stuck in his side. Then we were taken on a dashing boat ride. So sharpen your lances and sharpen your blade, see that your rope is properly laid, that your harpoon is ready and you will not fail tomorrow when we go fishing for whale. Well, we pricked him with iron, we pricked him with steel, we lanced his thick hide until he did bleed. The blood it did pour, the ocean can rid. Then that great whale, it soon was dead. So sharpen your lances and sharpen your blades, see that your rope is properly laid, that your harpoon is ready and you will not fail tomorrow when we go fishing for whale. Our rope was affixed to its tail and began the long tow home so far from land. We rode and we towed in the daytime and night. We rode and we towed home by starlight. The very next day we started to cut. We cut that sick blubber and tried it all out. The smell was so strong and the smoke was so sick, but the barrels of oil make us so rich. So sharpen your lances and sharpen your blades, see that your rope is properly laid, that your harpoon is ready and you will not fail tomorrow when we go fishing for whale. Tomorrow when we go fishing for whale.